In this daily drop, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what I'm doing in this space. So let's go. All right, everybody, different location today and probably a little bit echoey. At least that's the way it sounds to me when I do that clap test. And there's a lot of work to be done inside of this space. But the reason I am in my kitchen is because there's some content that I am planning to create in the near future, not necessarily on this channel, that is probably going to use this particular space. So what I'm trying to figure out is how easily I can set this up in this space so that it's not invasive to the everyday life of what goes on in here. Now, shooting inside of your house has a lot of potential drawbacks. In my particular house, while it's quiet during the day, when it comes to kids, there are over there two pretty good sized dogs. And when things start to happen, like we get an Amazon delivery or there's deer in the yard, they go ballistic, which of course is something that in terms of production is normal. Maybe not the dog's part, but of course, when you roll camera, of course, things go wrong. But let me sort of talk to you about some of my very initial thought process on this. I have a camera here so you can kind of get a sense of what I'm looking at. And I have no idea if this is where I'm going to wind up. So right now I have the iPhone 15 Pro, which is what the episode is being recorded on. And I'm actually using AirPlay to monitor using my MacBook Pro. So what you basically do is you make sure that your phone and your computer are both on the same Wi-Fi network. You mirror and then basically just choose the other device. It's pretty dang simple. I'm powering both of these right now off of USB-C. And then I have this little NAND light, 120 watt, it's the FC120B light, and I'm just bouncing a little additional light here to get a little bit more exposure. Whether or not I use the iPhone or not remains to be seen, because I really have to get a sense of whether or not this is what I want to do. Just press stop. I'm recording on that camera. I may wind up using a mirrorless camera. It's not much more of a lift, and the advantage is that I can probably eliminate the computer from monitoring, though I really like this system and how it's working, and just use essentially the flip out screen of the mirrorless camera. So I think there's advantages and disadvantages to this in terms of workflow. It may actually be easier for me to use something like an FX30 or the A7C II. And I'm also going to have to figure out framing, because right now I'm using the 1X camera on a rear facing camera on the iPhone 15 Pro. And of course, this shot is not wide enough if I was going to do something that was related to food or product. And that doesn't mean I can't take this camera or any camera I'm using and do some B-roll inserts, things like that. But it is a consideration. Also, time of day, you can see here in the cabinet glass, there are reflections from basically the windows over there. If I shoot here in the morning, I'm not really going to have these problems. So time of day is also going to be a consideration. So there's a lot of things to consider here in terms of what the right camera is, what the right audio solution is. I'm just using the built-in mic right now on the iPhone, which isn't going to be great for this situation, I do not think. But once I ingest this footage and kind of listen to it and tweak it a little and do a little bit of noise reduction, it may be okay. My guess is the reverb and the echo-iness of this space is going to push me in the direction of either booming a mic out of frame or having a lavalier. So I guess we'll see. This is sort of baby steps here in terms of what I'm thinking about and what I'm doing. And that's kind of what this is all about. So you're not seeing an end product. You're seeing a product in process, a thought process that is happening right now. Don't forget to and I'll see you on the next episode of The Daily Drop.